That'd be nice. Okay, so here we're going to go. So here's the question: Scatterplot project, and let's see what first it's asking for. We'll provide that, and then we'll see what in the discussion they're asking for. So what they're saying here is for each of the following data sets given an Excel file, which you provided, and I appreciate, and it's saying here's the information it's provided: the years, number of deaths, years, vehicle miles, years of death rate. Provide those three scatter plots, inserting the photos or attaching Excel. All right, so the first thing they're asking for is, based on the Excel provided to you, they want three scatter plots created. So if we look at the Excel that was provided, here's the information that's given to us. In order to create a scatter plot in Excel, you can go to Insert, and it'll be under the charts, okay? But in order to create a scatter plot, you need at least two sets of data, and they provide that for us. The year and numbers of death and years of vehicle is two of them. So the years and number of deaths, you choose the two that you're wanting, and you can do a right click, I think, or just up here on Insert and Charts. And in Charts within Excel, notice that it has Insert Scatter Bubble Chart. Click on it and it'll create a scatter plot for you. So I've already done this here. I took the initial number of deaths, and then I went in and I chose the trillions to create this one, and then, or this one rather, and then the other one. So the first request is creating the scatter plots on the data. So here is the scatter plots that are on the data. So we can take these, we can copy them to a Word or whatever. I'm going to send this Excel to you with these in here. All right, that's the first part. That's done. So then it asks, providing those three scatter plots that we just created, answer the questions below in your discussion board post. So here's the questions that they're asking. The first question is, which of the three data scatter plots have a positive correlation? And how do you know? Well, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to have to define what is a positive correlation, what is a weakest correlation. All right. So I went and looked for the definitions. So here's the definitions down here. Positive correlation is one variable increases, so does the other. If it's a negative, it means one variable increase and the other one decrease. So if we look at our scatter plots that was given, we could see that if one increased, the other one decreases. So I don't see that happening here. I do see over here an increase, and they're pretty linear. So I said, thinking that the vehicle's mile driven by year and the death rate are both positive scatter plots. And how do you know? You know because if one variable increases, so does the other variable. That's how you know. All right. So then it says, which of the three data sets has the weakest correlation? Well, what's a weak correlation? A weak negative correlation is a graph where the line is far from every data point and the line has a negative slope. So I'm thinking that it's going to be the number of deaths per year is what they're talking about, right? So then the next question is, for years and death rate per 100 million miles, so it'd be the years and the third scatter plot. Do you believe that two variables are correlated due to some underlying cause, coincidence, direction, or why? Well, we have to look at our scatter plot, and we see that it's pretty much the linears, and I would think that it would. And the reason is because you have a positive correlation in reference to the death rate per 100 million vehicles driven by year, which kind of does make sense because the more vehicles on the road, more likely an accident is going to occur. So there it is. That's basically what you're looking at. It says bonus opportunity. What's the correlation coefficient of the data sets? Okay. So again, the first thing we're going to have to ask ourselves is what exactly is the correlation coefficient of the data sets? So I looked that up, and down here it says there are basically three basic types of correlation for the coefficients. There's a positive correlation, the two variables change in the same. Negative correlation, two variables change in opposite direction. And the no correlation, no association or relevant relationship within the two variables. So the question again was, what is the correlation coefficient for the data sets? Well, it's going to end up being a positive correlation because, as we've seen in the scatter plots, which is just simply a visual view of the two sets of data. Let me find that. Pull that back over. Because as one increases, the other also increased. Or it was also within the same area, meaning that if it was a weak correlation, it would be all scattered out and there would be like randomness going on. Look like a... So the answer would most likely going to be a positive correlation for it. So I hope that helps, and I hope that answers the questions that you need. If not, reach back out to me and we'll go from there.